What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and I'm joined by the one, the only...
Gershwan! I just noticed in the camera that my black is different than your black. Your black is a more black. Anyways.
Welcome to another episode of For the Greater...
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, simply comment down below. Put question in front of your question, because we get those questions first. That is what DFool06 did. He asks, which race has the most powerful navy in terms of quantity and quality within the Warhammer 40k universe? We're gonna exclude Tyranids, because we don't really know how big their army is. Mm-hmm. And we don't want to take one hive fleet by itself, because we don't want to do that. So, go for it.
I would say probably the Imperium.
Okay.
When you think about it, you got billions upon billions of guardsmen. You've got 1,000 chapters of Space Marines, Sisters of Silence, the Adeptus Custodes, the Great Knights. It's just a huge amount of military might, and you've got to move that around somehow. So because of that, you've got battle barges, cruisers. It's just so vast that you kind of get bogged down in the land battles that you forget all about the navy battles. And those are just as important, if not more important, than fighting on an actual planet.
Yeah.
And of course, they've got exterminatus type weapons on their cruisers or their battle barges. So
Yeah,
I got to give it up to them.
I would have to give it up to the Eldar. The reason that I choose the Eldar above the Imperium is because, yes, the Imperium has a ton of quantity. So, like, they, like you said, they have just different types and just all over the galaxy. But I think the quality of an Eldar craft world is just something that the Imperium could never do. The Imperium, or the humans that live on Imperial battle barges, on Imperial, like, battle class cruisers or whatever, they're miserable. If you actually, I think we created a 40 facts on the life on an Imperial Navy ship, but you have probably the same amount of space as like a 4 foot by 4 foot block, and that's laying down. Or no, oh, you couldn't lay down. But the point is that you are basically cramped in this giant thing, whereas with the craft world, you have gardens, you have like just a utopia basically.
Right. Think of it as a massive city.
Yeah.
I mean, they call it a craft world because that's how big it is.
Yeah, and then in terms of fighting, they have the huge benefit of knowing where the webway gates are, so maneuverability, I think, is key. They're precision strikers. They come in, they only attack if they know they're going to win, or if they're being threatened.
Right, because there's no way you would risk a whole freaking craft world just to attack something that you know is going to hit you harder. Because, I mean, you don't just have warriors in there. You've got, like, families, like, civilization. It's a civilization. It's a flying civilization that has guns, basically.
Yeah. Now, you can comment down below and tell us why we're wrong or we choose something else, but we'll tell you why you're wrong. Necrons are crap.
They're not... They haven't woken up yet.
Yeah, so even though they have quality over quantity... their systems are pretty crap, like, in terms of they're just waking up. And then the orcs, they don't know what they're doing.
It just rocks.
Yeah, and then you have the Tau, they don't even know how to use the warp yet.
They're slowly learning.
Yeah.
But I mean, the newest version of technology for them that was like warp light was the Star Titan Nexus, and that was a huge mistake because like it completely like backfired. So.
Wait, that's that question. Next one.
This one is by Foo. Do you guys think, or what do you guys think about the huge success of Vermintide, the Warhammer fantasy game? I've never played it, but it has caught my attention. It looks fun. I believe it is out for PS4, so I might even give it a shot. But yeah, it's good. I mean, it's good that an actual 40k game or Warhammer game, for that matter, is doing great. In the whole video game industry.
Yeah. Next question comes from Jack Odell. How long does an orc live? They should live. Technically, they could live indefinitely, but they don't because they are often killed violently, heads chopped off, all that good stuff.
Runt herders.
Yeah.
Killing Gretchen. This one is by DXCEGRPC. I don't think that's a word, but it's your name. Which Chaos Gods would you guys want to serve? Heretics. If I had to pick a Chaos God, it'd probably be Tzeentch's number one. If I couldn't do Tzeentch, I'd probably go with Khorne, then Nurgle, then Slaanesh. But yeah, I'd go with Tzeentch.
Yeah, I would go Tzeentch first, Khorne, but then I would go Slaanesh and then Nurgle. Nurgle would be my last. Next question comes last name first. Since the Chaos Gods defeated the Emperor, who is now their biggest threat. The Chaos Gods didn't defeat the Emperor. The Emperor is still alive.
Semi-alive.
The Imperium is still alive.
Semi-alive.
But, okay, so here's something that I want to talk about, because the idea that the Emperor defeated Horus and pushed back Chaos it makes it seem like the Horus heresy was a victory for the Imperium. But of course, the Imperium was plunged into what it is now, like this grim, dark, oppressive, and just a horrible place. So that's feeding chaos. So in a way, chaos won overall, which might have been the plan for the Chaos Gods all along. But if that's the case, why, like, what kind of victory was that for the Chaos Gods? It doesn't make sense to me. Like they're still like struggling to like send crusades and like the Black Crusades and everything to conquer more of humanity and to materialize into real space. But like, why couldn't they have done that during the Horus Heresy if they had planned it if they had planned it so well? And then another thing too is maybe the Chaos Gods aren't as intelligent or aren't as powerful as they seem to be, because they were trying to send Horus to defeat the Emperor, but that would inevitably cause a civil war amongst humanity again and then kill the Chaos Gods. So the Chaos Gods were working against themselves unknowingly. And that unknowing nature just shows how the Chaos Gods are not as intelligent as they may seem. Right?
I get you, but like, it makes sense, just a little building off of what you're saying, because like, if you kill humanity, you kill the number one form of emotions, which is what Chaos Gods feed off of. I can see for sure Khorne is benefiting because it's civil war, and that's all, you know, basically it's an unending war between the Imperium and Chaos, and that's going to benefit Khorne. But once you kill that many people, then there's not enough people to wage war, thus he won't be getting as much souls and, you know, power from these hatred, emotions, and all that stuff. So yeah, they're kind of hurting themselves, but at the same time, that's the way they fuel themselves. It's like a wheel. Like, yeah, you need war to fuel yourself, but the more you kill, the less people that you have to keep that wheel going. Yeah, so like, they're fucked. Well, kinda, yeah. Yeah. But I mean, that's why we have Slaanesh, so that you can like have babies. Repopulate. Yeah.
Next question. This one comes from Schizopath89. Guys, I need help. I'm having trouble choosing my first army/kill team. I've narrowed it down to the Thousand Suns, the Tau, the Admech, or the Dark Eldar. But that's as far as I can get. Well, Thousand Suns, if you want to play kill team, it's probably going to be a very small elite army. If you want to play just a regular 40k army, they're expensive.
Yeah.
The Tau, kill team wise, I think you're going to have a lot of fun. Fire Warriors are extremely fun to paint. They're extremely cool looking. They're the best of the best that the Tau has.
I feel some shade being thrown my way.
Or you could get Kroot, which Kroot is one of those alien races that I think fits well in Warhammer 40k and should expand on their whole life. They used to be a mercenary faction, right? You actually have your own.
They had their own codices.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then you have Vespids, so you can play that in your kill team too.
Nobody uses Vespids.
But the kill team will be cool because you can fly around. But anyways, the army, you know that the army is like, it's badass.
Yeah.
Your suits, all that kind of stuff, and your shooting, you're pretty good. Now, the Admech, this is probably the cheapest.
Right, because it comes with the starter.
Yeah.
You already have your admech there, and the rules, and a board, and terrain. So.
And if you are into converting, if you want to get into the hobby of like kit bashing, admech is the perfect place to go. You can actually like buy really cheap hero clicks, use the extra bits from all the like Skitarii Rangers and stuff like that, and create your like a whole new like what is it called, Skitarii Legion. And then the Dark Eldar, nobody plays Dark Eldar, so no.
Yeah, there's very few Dark Eldar players, but I mean, I really like the aesthetic. They're basically dark elves. So.
Yeah. You have like cool aliens there too. You have that.
Oh, you got Grotesques. You got the Beastmaster.
What's that blue thing that's running?
Oh, jeez.
It's like has one arm raised.
Yeah, that thing.
But that's cool. So like if you're into that kind of like fantasy / sci-fi creature building army stuff, then yeah, go with the Dark Eldar.
Mandrakes are pretty badass too.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're called.
But at the end of the day, just collect all of them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just buy the start collecting boxes for each of them, and you've got a good selection there.
And if you think it's too expensive, just rob a bank.
You have plenty of time to build and shit.
Yeah, you might have to rob a couple banks though, because Games Workshop is expensive. Next one.
Mark Burrows. Are there Primaris Tech Marines?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, Primaris Marines, you gotta think, they just came out pretty recently, even though it's been like a year since they came out. Yeah, so you've got just the regular Marines, you've got a captain, you've got the guys with the jetpacks, you got the apothecary, you got did I say chaplain? I said captain and a chaplain. So yeah, slowly they're gonna start bringing out more, like you said, tech priests, or tech Marines. And I'm pretty sure they'll start giving you like Legion-specific stuff, like Primaris Sanguinary Guard, Primaris Space Wolf Rune Priests, that kind of things. So.
Yeah, and then another thing too, that because we've been getting this question a lot, where it's like, is there any this Primaris or that Primaris? You have to remember that the Primaris are supplements to what was already existing.
Right.
So the reason that they were created was because they wanted to fill certain areas that technologically were being depleted, or just Belisarius Call thought that the Space Marines needed. So not every single slot within an organization is going to be filled.
Right.
Captain, you obviously need it. But then you have like the aggressors, you have all those that are like special things that weren't there before.
Mm-hmm. Which aggressors are kind of like centurions,
kind of. But again, it's like they're replacing something like a template that might be going bad or whatever.
Right.
As far as the lore, so always keep that in mind. The Primaris weren't a replacement; they were supposed to be a supplement. Last question.
Faking It 66. If Commander Shepard from the Mass Effect universe were in 40k, how would he hold up? Would he be capable of beating a Space Marine? Would he be equivalent to a highly skilled Commissar, or even better? Or maybe he'd just be a high-ranking soldier.
Who?
Commander Shepard from Mass Effect. I know you played Mass Effect.
I did. So he'd just be like a regular dude, not a Commissar.
Like a rogue trader?
He could be a okay rogue trader, yeah. I think he would like fit better within the Imperial Guard though. Like he would be a captain or something, like he already is. But those were the questions for today. Thank you for sending those questions our way. If you guys have more questions for us, comment down below. Don't forget we have a Patreon. It's a simple $1 a month and it helps us create more videos for you guys. It is the reason why we can post every 12 hours. So thank you, our patrons.
Yeah. As always, don't forget we've also got a Twit and Instagram and Facebook and that's it. As always, yeah, Pinterest. What's that other one called?
Tumblr. Grindr.
Yeah. Sound Alchemist.
Gershwan.
We are out of here.
Seeing you, I know that I was wrong.